What just happened? Princess Leonor and Prince Christian stun everyone at royal ceremony crown. The grand hall was silent. The ceremony was expected. Tradition. Protocol. Familiar. And then, shock. Gasps echoed. Eyes widened. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian did the unthinkable. They stunned everyone. And in that single moment, history shifted. Why did this happen? And what does it really mean for the future of Europe's monarchies? Stay with me, because this story is bigger, deeper, and more emotional than anyone could have imagined. It began with a royal ceremony, diplomatic, glittering, and filled with centuries of tradition. Guests expected elegance, formality, and predictable gestures. But the energy changed when Leonor of Spain entered the room. Tall, graceful, poised, dressed in a gown that captured both youth and responsibility. Every step reminded the world that she is no longer just a princess in waiting. She is a queen in training. Then came Prince Christian of Denmark. Confident, charismatic, his presence commanding the room. He carried the aura of his own destiny, the future king of Denmark. Yet, when his eyes met Leonor's, something shifted. The hall no longer saw two royals fulfilling duty. They saw two young heirs, standing on the cusp of history, bound by something deeper than protocol. The audience felt it immediately. Whispers spread like fire. This wasn't staged. It wasn't planned. It was authentic. A look. A smile. A quiet exchange that carried more weight than any speech. Why did this matter so much? Because Leonor and Christian are not just young royals. They represent the future of Europe's monarchies. Two heirs from two different nations, standing side by side. The symbolism was impossible to ignore. Was this just coincidence? Or was it a glimpse of a bond that could one day reshape the very image of European royalty? Fans watching caught every detail. Some said, this is destiny unfolding. Others compared them to legendary royal couples of the past. But whether romance or symbolism, the connection was undeniable. And yet, here's the curiosity, how much of this was intentional? Spain and Denmark share diplomatic ties. Appearances together strengthen relationships between the two monarchies. But what happened that night went beyond diplomacy. The body language, the smiles, the unguarded moments, they belonged not to staged politics, but to two young people discovering each other in real time. This is where Queen Letizia and Crown Prince Frederick entered the picture, quietly watching, aware of the storm building around their children. They exchanged glances too, not of surprise, but of recognition. Perhaps they saw in Leonor and Christian a reflection of their own younger selves. Perhaps they knew this was more than a photo opportunity. And here's the question that deepens the intrigue: what does this mean for the future? If Leonor becomes Queen of Spain and Christian becomes King of Denmark, what role could their connection play? Could two monarchies find themselves closer than ever? Could alliances deepen, not through treaties, but through human connection? Some might dismiss it as youthful chemistry. But the crowd that night didn't see mere gestures. They saw sparks of destiny. Let's rewind. Who is Leonor at this point in her journey? Raised under relentless scrutiny, balancing education abroad with the heavy weight of history. She has trained in diplomacy, languages, leadership. Every step carefully measured to prepare her for the crown. And yet, beneath the preparation, there remains a heart-seeking connection. A young woman who, for once, allowed the world to see something unscripted. And Prince Christian, the boy who grew up in Amalienborg Palace, under the shadow of Denmark's thousand-year monarchy. He too has been shaped for leadership, carrying the expectations of a modern, progressive Denmark. He has charm, intelligence, and an ease with people that has already made him a favorite among royal watchers. But until this night, he had rarely been seen so closely aligned with another heir. This is why the ceremony mattered. It wasn't the speeches or the rituals that captured the world. It was the unplanned humanity. The moment when two heirs, both destined to rule, allowed their guard to drop, if only for seconds. Critics will argue. Some will say the connection was exaggerated by the press. Others will claim it was carefully orchestrated by their families. But those in the room know what they saw. Authenticity cannot be choreographed. And that authenticity left the audience breathless. And the story only grows more powerful when we ask, what comes next? Leonor will soon continue her military training, stepping deeper into duty. Christian will take on more responsibilities as his mother, Crown Princess Mary, and father, Crown Prince Frederick, prepare him for the throne. But now, in the public imagination, their paths are intertwined. Whether friendship, alliance, or something more, the world will be watching. And here lies the power of royalty. It's not just about governance. It's about narrative. People don't only see leaders in these heirs. They see symbols, stories, fairy tales unfolding before their eyes. And Leonor and Christian just gave the world a chapter they never expected. As the ceremony drew to its close, the audience could not shake the image of them together. Walking side by side, their postures regal yet their smiles human. Leonor slightly ahead, Christian glancing toward her with quiet admiration. The symbolism was undeniable, the future of monarchy standing shoulder to shoulder. Fans left speechless, reporters scrambling, commentators searching for words. But the truth is simple. What just happened was not mere protocol. It was history disguised as a moment. Because sometimes, royalty doesn't announce its importance. Sometimes, it simply happens, through a glance, a smile, a silence that says more than speeches ever could. And on that night, Princess Leonor and Prince Christian gave the world more than a ceremony. They gave us a glimpse of tomorrow. The question is, what will tomorrow bring? Will they remain two heirs bound by coincidence? Or will history remember them as the pair who, in one breathtaking moment, changed the story of Europe's monarchies forever? Only time will tell. But for now, the world cannot look away.